Welcome to the Ainfluencer podcast, your go-to hub for influencer marketing, e-commerce, and affiliate strategies. Follow us to uncover success stories, expert advice, and practical insights to elevate your brand. This is the Ainfluencer podcast, your guide to mastering influence and transforming your business. Stay tuned.
All right, so you know that feeling, right, when you're scrolling online and it's just like ad after ad after ad.
It's like a never-ending cycle, right?
Yeah, and you get those influencers and it feels like they're just constantly telling you what to buy.
Oh yeah, pushing product after product after product.
Exactly. It can be so overwhelming. And that's where I think this whole idea of de-influencing comes in.
De-influencing. Yeah, it's really interesting, right? Because it's this trend that's pushing back against that whole like consumerism thing.
Yeah, it seems like it's encouraging people to kind of like stop and think before they buy, be a little bit more mindful about their purchases.
It's really more than just a trend, though. It speaks to this like larger shift that we're seeing, I think, in consumer behavior.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and how we view authenticity online. Like people are craving that genuine connection.
So it's less about like bashing products and more about just being a conscious consumer, right?
Exactly. It's about taking a step back from that impulse buy and asking yourself, do I really need this? Like, is this adding value to my life?
Right. It's about value, not just volume.
Exactly.
That makes a lot of sense because I think we're all just bombarded with marketing messages all the time. But de-influencing seems to tap into that deeper desire for honesty.
You're absolutely right. It's like a gut check against the hype,
Yeah.
And it's fueled by this growing skepticism, I think, towards those traditional influencers and sponsored content.
Yeah, like, do we really trust them anymore?
Exactly. People are tired of that buyer's remorse and they want to make informed decisions.
And they want to make sure that their purchases align with their values too.
Absolutely.
Like, is it sustainable? Is it actually worth the price?
Precisely. So it's about more than just the product itself. It's about the whole picture.
Yeah. So how does this don't buy this mentality actually play out like in the real world?
Well, let's take a look at some brands that have been on the front lines of this movement.
Right. Bring on the case studies. I'm ready for some real-world examples.
Okay, so some brands have taken a bit of a hit from this de-influencing trend,
Okay.
Like Dyson and Stanley, for example, they saw some significant backlash.
Those are big names. What happened?
Well, think about the Dyson Airwrap, right? It's super popular, but it's expensive.
Yeah, it is.
So de-influencers started questioning if it was really worth the price, and the research suggests that those videos actually led to a 20-point drop in positive sentiment towards the brand.
20 points. That's a huge swing.
It is. And Stanley saw something similar with their tumblers.
Oh, yeah.
Suddenly, these like must-have items were being called overrated and overpriced.
Oh, wow.
And it all happens so fast.
It seems like de-influencing can really impact a brand's reputation, not just the sales of a single product.
Absolutely, especially when consumer trust is damaged. But here's where it gets interesting. Some brands are actually embracing de-influencing.
Really? That's kind of surprising who would willingly invite that kind of scrutiny.
Well, take Uniqlo, for example. They partnered with Jennifer Wang, a de-influencer who's known for her buy less, buy well philosophy.
So instead of running from the negative buzz, they laid into it.
They did, and it worked. Wang gave their clothes an honest review, and her transparency actually boosted Uniqlo's credibility with shoppers.
So authenticity can be a powerful tool even when it involves criticism. Are there any other brands doing this?
Oh, absolutely. Long before TikTok, even Patagonia ran a "Don't Buy This Jacket" campaign.
Wait, they told people not to buy their product?
They did. It was a bold move.
That's wild. What was their thinking?
Their message focused on sustainability, encouraging people to only buy what they truly needed, and it resonated with consumers.
So they actually boosted sales by appearing less focused on just making a profit.
It seems counterintuitive, but it worked.
That's fascinating. What can other brands learn from this?
I think the biggest takeaway is that authenticity and transparency matter more than ever.
So ditch the slick marketing campaigns and just be real with your customers.
Exactly, and choose your influencer partners carefully. Work with creators who genuinely align with your brand and who actually use and love your products.
Yeah, it's like that whole show don't tell idea. Let the product speak for itself, but through someone your audience actually trusts.
Precisely.
Looking to connect with your audience and make your product go viral? Meet Ainfluencer.com, the end-to-end marketplace that connects you with over 1 million Instagram and TikTok influencers for free. With no subscriptions or fees, Ainfluencer.com makes it easy to find the perfect collaboration partners for your brand instantly. Its AI-powered system does the heavy lifting, matching you with influencers based on niche demographics, past performance, and engagement. Start your campaign directly from your Ainfluencer dashboard or your Shopify store in seconds. Manage everything from inviting influencers and negotiating deals to secure payments and performance analytics all in one place. Handle influencer-curated lists, affiliate marketing, and content creation, even translated into 200+ languages, all without paying any platform fees. Unlimited use, forever free. Visit ainfluencer.com today and take your brand to the next level.
And don't underestimate the power of listening to your customers.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, pay attention to the feedback, both positive and negative.
So actively seek out those critical voices.
Not necessarily seek them out, but don't shy away from them either.
Okay.
Responding to criticism thoughtfully can actually build trust, you know?
Yeah. How do you handle negative buzz without, making things worse?
Transparency and humility, I think, are key.
Okay.
Like, acknowledge the concern, offer solutions, and thank people for bringing issues to light. It shows that you're listening and that you care.
That's that whole, humanizing the brand thing, right?
Exactly. People want to know there are real people behind those logos.
Yeah, for sure.
And sometimes partnering with an influencer who's known for their honest critiques can actually add to your credibility.
So you're saying brands should embrace those warts and all reviews?
Yeah, it's about being genuine, even if it means showcasing some imperfections.
Right.
Consumers are savvy. They can spot a fake from a mile away.
Oh, totally. So the bottom line for brands, if you want to thrive in this age of de-influencing, you got to offer real value and build those genuine connections with your customers.
Absolutely. When consumers prioritize buying well over buying more, authenticity and transparency become even more important.
But this has all been about brands. What about, the rest of us?
Yeah.
How can we as consumers navigate this whole de-influencing thing?
The influencing really empowers us to be more mindful consumers.
Okay.
It's about breaking free from that constant pressure to buy, buy, buy.
It's like taking back control, right? Instead of letting algorithms and influencers dictate our spending, we can make choices that align with our values and our budgets.
It's about recognizing that we don't need to buy into every trend or follow every must-have recommendation to feel happy or fulfilled.
Yeah, but sometimes, honestly, it feels like you need a PhD in marketing just to figure out what's genuine and what's not.
You're right, there's a lot of noise out there, but that's where de-influencing comes in. Even when an influencer is recommending against buying something, you still have to do your research.
Yeah, don't just take their word for it, even if they're saying, don't buy this.
Right, look at different perspectives, read reviews, consider what truly matters to you.
Exactly. So it's less about blindly following advice and more about using de-influencing to inform our own decision-making process.
Precisely, think of it as a starting point, a way to cut through the clutter and get to the heart of what a product is really about.
And at the end of the day, if something doesn't feel right or doesn't fit your needs, it's totally okay to say no, even if everyone else is raving about it.
Absolutely. De-influencing is about aligning your spending with your values, not someone else's.
It's like we're reclaiming our power as consumers, right? Choosing to buy less, but buying better.
Exactly. It's about making choices that reflect our own individual needs and priorities, not what we're being told to buy.
So as de-influencing grows and more people start questioning the hype, what could this mean for the future of marketing?
That's a really interesting question. If we connect this to the bigger picture, it seems like we could be heading towards a resurgence of genuine word-of-mouth marketing.
You mean instead of relying on influencers or flashy ads, we'll start trusting recommendations from friends and family?
Yeah, or even those smaller, more niche influencers who feel more authentic.
Right, because they're more relatable.
Exactly. Think about it as consumers become more discerning and less influenced by those traditional marketing tactics. Those genuine connections and trusted voices will become even more valuable.
It's like a return to the basics, right? Back to how things used to be.
Yeah, in a way, I think you're right. It could be a shift away from that mass marketing and back towards a more personalized approach,
Yeah.
where relationships really matter.
Because people trust those in their inner circle way more than, some random influencer or flashy ad campaign.
Exactly. And in a world where consumers are constantly bombarded with information, that kind of authenticity is going to be super valuable.
Yeah, it's almost like de-influencing is pushing us to be more thoughtful, not just about what we buy, but where we get our information from.
I think you're spot on. It's about recognizing that not all recommendations are created equal. right?
Yeah.
You have to evaluate the source and their motivations.
So as consumers become like more discerning,
Mm-hmm.
those brands that prioritize transparency and like
Yeah.
genuine connection, those are the ones that will really stand out.
Absolutely. It's about moving beyond the hard sell,
Yeah.
and building relationships that are based on trust and shared values.
It's about showing that you actually care.
It is. It's about demonstrating that you're not just trying to make a quick buck, but that you genuinely care about your customers and their needs.
It really sounds like de-influencing could be a good thing, for both brands and consumers.
I think so too. It has the potential to create a more conscious and ethical marketplace where authenticity and transparency are just like the norm.
So it's not just about like saving money or avoiding those impulse buys. It's bigger than that. It's about creating a more meaningful and fulfilling consumer experience overall.
Precisely. It's about making choices that align with our values, our budgets, and our desire for a more sustainable and equitable world.
Well, this has been a really fascinating deep dive into the world of de-influencing. I think we covered a lot of ground, from understanding what it is and how it works to exploring its impact on both brands and consumers.
Yeah, it's a topic that's constantly evolving, so it'll be interesting to see how it continues to shape the future of marketing and consumer behavior.
Absolutely. We'd love to hear your thoughts on all of this. Have you ever been de-influenced, or maybe you've even de-influenced someone else? Share your stories and experiences with us on social media.
Let's keep this conversation going.
And until next time, keep diving deep and stay curious.
Wish your videos could speak the world's language? Imagine your videos breaking through language barriers and reaching billions more people who speak over 200 languages different from yours. Whether you're a brand, influencer, or podcaster,
Sé per te è importante quanto per If smelling good 24 hours. Si pour toi il est aussi important. Si para ti es tan importante como para mí oler rico 24 horas.
language shouldn't hold you back from reaching larger audiences. Create a video and distribute it in 200+ languages. How does that sound? Our AI-powered video translation makes it possible with just a click. So why limit your reach? Work smarter. Create one video and turn it into 200+ localized versions.
Horas al día. Tengo que recomendarte Cleansen.
Whether you're a business expanding globally, an influencer connecting with diverse followers, or a YouTuber growing your channel, one thing is clear. Language barriers are a thing of the past. With just a few clicks, you can translate your videos into multiple languages,
Would you like me to translate that?
instantly connecting with audiences worldwide. It's simple. Upload your video. Choose the languages to translate to. Let our AI work its magic. In minutes, your video will be transformed with accurate tone, voice, subtitles, and even voiceover options, ready to captivate audiences in any language.
Last a very long time on your body. There are fragrances for both
Don't wait. The world is watching. Join thousands of businesses, influencers, and content creators who trust our AI to take their content to a global stage. It's time to start up. Brand ID is your digital hub.